Please wake up. Please wake up. Please wake up.
Y'all don't hear me. Share this live. Y'all don't hear me. I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. Y'all don't hear me. Let's go. We got time today. Ain't trolls in here. They about to catch these verbal hands. I got time today.
Please wake up.
No. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. I'm screaming. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I need this live to share. We streaming live on Fanbase. Wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We ain't got time for this. Let's go. We got business to take care of.
Please wake up.
What's up, YouTube? What's up, fan base? This is your fan base ambassador. Welcome to Friday evening hangout and chat. Well, today we just chill. We talk about what's in the news. We just catch up on everything before we get into everything. And if you're new, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Bump that. I need for everybody at the sound of my voice. Click that first link, download Fanbase. We are streaming live on Fanbase as we speak. The minimum to cash out on Fanbase is $5. Okay, let's go ahead and get into this energy. For real. Today's show, it's been a lot in the past couple of weeks. Shoot, it's been a lot in this month. And I noticed that the world's been trying to silence my voice as well. You know, I done had everything from being in the hospital to feel like I'm going mentally insane. But I know it's for a greater purpose. I know it's for a greater purpose. And now that we boycotting Disney, now that we boycotting all these places, well, I need for us to download Fanbase. Free to download, free to use, free to invest. There's no more talking. The minimum to cash out is $5. We unite. Period. There's no more talking. There's a solution. I'm not trying to hear it don't have this, it don't have that. But I was just on TikTok and I just posted a video about Fanbase over there, and they flagged my video already with this new system that they got over there. And YouTube is doing the same. They don't. We not about to get into particulars. We're not about to get into particulars. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Thank you. We not finna get into particulars. Cause see, that's the problem. We get into particular. What's the solution? I could talk about where he was, what was harmed, what's the angle, who the shooter, what's the solution? Let's go, let's get it. They done showed you straight to your face that they don't give a damn, and we uniting on the platform. I am Fanbase ambassador, and I'm a Fanbase investor. The reason why I invested in Fanbase is because I believe in not only freedom of speech, but freedom to be me. I have been working independent for myself for over 11 years. Company, I Am My Sister's Keeper, LLC, and I've been on YouTube for over 11 years, and YouTube ain't paid me a dime. But mighty funny, I've been on Fanbase for over 3 years, and they taking real good care of me. My goal over on that platform is 5,000 subscribers. Subscribe to that platform, and you will be entered to win 1,000 loves. Subscribe on the spot right now, you'll receive 100 loves. That's right. We ain't got time. It's time to unite. It's time. We talk about we can't feed each other. You know what I'm saying? We talking about we ain't got money for groceries. They doing shit on purpose. I'm not about to get in here and get into particulars because that's what they want. You know what I'm saying? That's what the energy want. You know what I'm saying? No more will you solace me. No more will you have me in the corner crying. I accept my position as spiritual leader, as I am from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm 45 years young and a mother of two. My oldest will be 18 on the 30th of this month. 13 years ago, I lost my mother. This time last year, my car and my house was broken into. Justice, it's time. Stop playing. Karma is here to pay for everybody. So the solution is for us to stick together. My platform is designed to inform, uplift, and spiritual. My morning groups and things are like that for us to slow down and think. Because we get up every day. Hello. You know what I'm saying? Thank you. I love you right back. Mwah. There's voices like mine have been shadowed, right? Because you think of the people in the corner, or you think, the Carly B's is having children without a red light. But I have a mother who had children by one man, and I decided to take my power back. I decided to speak up for my community. And this is the way I give back to my community, by letting you put you onto a platform. See, I'm not giving you plenty of money. I'm not just going to give you $5, you know what I'm saying, just to go. You download the platform, you're going to be forever taken care of from your community. But, you know what I'm saying, that's better than giving you a bag of groceries. That's better than just giving you, you know what I'm saying, that's giving you independence to grow. You know what I'm saying? That's giving you independence to grow. And you can invest in the platform. Minimum is $3.99 to invest in the platform. We are out here putting, you know what I'm saying, potato, tomato. You know what I'm saying? Last week's lesson was the message and the messenger, right? So we just did the message and the messenger. You know what I'm saying? Let's go over that lesson. Because I really want you to understand where I'm coming from. where I'm coming from, where I'm coming from, where I'm coming from. We just did the message and the messenger. You understand me? Like it's no time. This is the whole problem that we're having. The message and the messenger. The problem. Now our Judas has been exposed. What's the plan? What's the plan? What's the plan? The plan is to download Fanbase. Use Fanbase. Bring your friends over to Fanbase. Import your TikTok and Instagram, and start bringing your content over. I ain't got time to be talking about what they doing in the news. I'm talking about what we doing now. You know what I'm saying? That young man, we didn't watch that young man Casanat blow up. You know what I'm saying? It's other people in the atmosphere that could eat too. You know what I'm saying? Period. It's other people in the atmosphere that can eat too. We all can eat. But again, you know, okay, so this was the lesson that we was on, the message and the messenger. The message and the messenger. This goes into the whole reason. There's silence in the message. There's silence in the messenger. People are not understanding when God is giving them a blessing. See, I'm a spiritual therapist and I work with mental health. And yes, I'm ordained by God. I have old school wisdom. I have that old school wisdom. That old school wisdom. Yeah, it's two people. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. We come and we go and we come and we go, but we don't sit down with the message and the messenger. This is exactly what I'm saying. Just prove my point every time. You scroll, but are you absorbing the message? Oh, she just talking. I'ma go to the next thing. But yet you're still hungry. Yet you're still worried. You didn't lay it at the altar, and God said, it is so. It is so. The first shall be last, and the last shall be first. The ones who are struggling, we are free, but we have to do the first step. Once God gives you the information, you have to transfer that information by doing the next steps. But you study looking at the messenger and saying, oh, that message is not for me. Whole time you missing your blessing. Whole time you missing your blessing. Whole time you missing your blessing. Not by following the steps that and the guidelines that he gave you. I invested when it was $260. It's $3.99 to invest. We raising $17 million. Ain't no. What are we talking about? Wake up. You like wake up. What are we discussing here? We discussing apples and oranges and apples. They still fruit. They still fruit. You may like apples. You may like oranges. But they're still fruit at the end of the day. Fruit squad over here, fruit gang over here, apple gang over here, whoop whoop whoop, apple gang over here. No, orange gang over here. No, they're still fruit at the end of the day, and we still have to exist with one another. But the problem is we need to continue to weed out the bad apples. There is nothing else to discuss. They doing think pieces every day on the news and everything and that's going on out there. I'm not about to regurgitate all that. My energy is potent. My energy is potent. I'm not about to keep repeating that. My eyes, you know what I'm saying? I listen to music. But lately, I ain't even really been listening to music. I've been listening to, like, worship music. Like, I ain't really been, like, I've been having an out-of-body experience. Because that last time I cried and I laid it out the altar, it was a rap. It was a rap. It was a rap. It was a rap. Like, hold up. It was like, hold up. The message and the messenger. The message and the messenger. You know what I'm saying? The message and the messenger. But again, we so worried about gang apples, gang orange. We not, it's going over your head that it's all imploded. It's all imploded. It's all imploded. Welcome to Friday Evening Hangout and Chat. We chilling, we chatting, we talking about fan base, we talking about what's in the news, we talking about what's in the energy. This is spiritual therapy. I will be going into spiritual messages before I get in the rest of my show. That's what I do. Once God gave me this platform to speak up, I speak up. I speak up with God's purpose in mind. I speak up with God's purpose in mind. So you can fast forward. I got plenty of content. I got plenty of content for you guys to catch up on. But again, as long as I got this mic, I got to speak what God tells me to speak. You know what I'm saying? Long as I got this mic, I'ma speak what God tells me to speak. Let's go ahead and get into this message. Because today, God said we got time. Today we got time. Today we got time. What's the message for him, God? Yeah. Ace of Pentacles. Money on the way. Money is here. That's what people don't understand. I told you to download Fanbase. That is one of your sources of income to help you building a community. Yup. Magician. Discovering that Ace of Pentacles come from you discovering just how powerful you are. That Ace of Pentacles coming by you pass the test by discovering just how powerful you are. They try to shake you, they try to break you. They try to shake, they try to break you, but you still standing. You're still standing. You're still standing. Yup. Yup. Wise. Spiritual. It's that spiritual enlightenment. It's that spiritual message. Yeah, it's that spiritual message. What's good, y'all? Yeah. A wealthy man has come in and created and helped you get to your spiritual awakening by loving on you properly. Yup. Relationship. You getting everything that you want. Yup. Spiritual. Yup. Took a lot of work. Ooh, come on now. A wealthy man courtship, and it took a lot of work to get to this spiritual awakening. Ooh, come on now. Talk to him, spirit. I wasn't even gonna turn this fan on, but every time I get into this live and do what I got to do, it get hot. It get hot. Okay. So yeah, the Ace of Pentacles. You know what I'm saying? It took a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? A lot of work to discover that you are the magician. You make things shake. You know what I'm saying? But you are the gift, said God. You know what I'm saying? So that spiritual awakening. And a wealthy man, you know what I'm saying, offering the courtship, it took a lot of toil and labor. It took a lot of toil and labor. Yes, it did. 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 I worship. Yeah. Yeah. People, you put distance. You know what I'm saying? You put distance, and that gave you growth. Yeah. Spirits like smell the roses. Smell the roses, smell the roses, smell the roses. Yeah. Because all your hard work is paying off. You know what I'm saying? Your spiritual. See, you went within and you healed. You didn't drop it like it was hot. You ain't bother nobody. You just showed yourself approved. And you was grateful the whole time. Yup. This got people feeling hopeless. Feeling hopeless. People are now feeling hopeless because they like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? I should have never played. I should have never played with them. Yep. Now somebody, a wealthy man, want to pop the question. Want to pop the question after dealing with a relationship that was no strings attached. They want to pop this question. Took a lot, toil and labor and a spiritual awakening. They want to pop this question to this divine feminine. Pop this question to this divine feminine. And it's got somebody feeling hopeless. Feeling hopeless. Feeling hopeless. 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 Ooh, child. Feeling hopeless. Yeah. Yeah, people spying. People spying on this divine feminine because they see she been saying that she would been her the whole time. Yeah, they about to come in and get this divine feminine, this Ace of Pentacles, after dealing with people, you know what I'm saying, that's been having them no strings attached relationships. People bitter. People bitter. People bitter. You know what I'm saying? People bitter, feeling hopeless. Yeah. They looking at the possibilities with this divine feeling, while others is feeling hopeless. I worship, I praise you, it's moving. Yeah. Oh, this is coming in fast. This will be a big surprise. This wealthy man is coming in real fast. Stay on your P's and Q's and mind your business. Keep your head straight. Yup. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? It looks like you think it's a, you know what I'm saying? You think it's a 9 of Cups offer. No, it's a big offer. It's a big offer. Yeah, they did a lot of spiritual work, spiritual healing. You know what I'm saying? They coming in courtship, pop the question, took a lot of toil and labor. Yeah, they coming in for this divine feminine. See, they coming in for this divine feminine. Yup. 10 of Wands on the way. 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 I worship. Yup. They like, where you going? Where you going? He like, we been together. We go together real bad. Y'all already together. See, this courtship, you know what I'm saying? Y'all been together this whole time. He been just moving slow. It may look like it's a no strings attached type of situation, but it's deeper than that. A message is coming in. A message. See, you think it's a message. See, you think this message is a small message. Nah. They coming in to pop that question. You know what I'm saying? Took a lot of toil and labor. They want happily ever after house with you after dealing with a lot on their plate. 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 Beautiful girl all over the world. They running towards you. I got nothing to prove, baby. And they like, the time is now. I got nothing to prove, baby. Beautiful girl all over the world. Yeah. After being in isolation. Yeah, after being, you ain't gonna be in isolation no more. You're gonna be chilling and vibing. Y'all both done healed. God say focus. God say stay focused. He said, don't worry about this. Yeah, they longer for you. Beautiful girls all over the world. Yeah, they They letting you know that they was distracted by lust, but they not distracted no more. You know what I'm saying? I got nothing to prove, baby. Hey. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? These energies was calling they bluff, like, they was calling they bluff. We not mentioning the karmics, but they in here somewhere. They gonna pop their behind out somewhere because they want to be seen. But I got nothing to prove, baby. I got nothing to prove. Beautiful girls all over the world. Hey, divine feminine. All this love out here. Alright. I got nothing to prove, baby. Yeah. Beautiful girl. Tower, 3 of Cups, letting go. They let go of a third party. It's been a tower. 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 Oh, y'all. They say that's my boo thing. They say divine feminine, that's my boo thing. Yeah, that's my boo thing. That's my boo thing. They like divine feminine, you my boo thing. Yeah. I'm like, you my boo thing. For real. Clarify tower. Yeah, a lot of big changes is coming in. Best that. Clarify 3 of Cups. Yeah. Yup. Great fortune. After they left this third party and they let him go, this is coming in fast. Great fortune. Yeah, you don't see this coming because God wants you to focus. Keep your head focused on your task. Make sure you get some rest. Chill. Because that's the whole mission of your learning thing, was to learn difference between true love and family love, and just really learning to love yourself. So just do the divine feminine. You had to embrace that, because for a minute they was playing you like you ain't know who you was. So by you not thinking who you was, they was playing on you. But you the divine feminine. You like, I don't chase, I attract. You know what I'm saying? I don't get off my throne. Yeah. People learning their consequences for messing with you. You know what I'm saying? For real. Yeah, it's a lot of sipping and, you know what I'm saying? People talking about this. Thank y'all for the likes. I got nothing to prove, baby. I got nothing to prove, baby. Beautiful girls all over the world. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, calling your bluff after being stagnant. You like, you ain't about to leave me. You ain't finna to leave me. No, you not. No, you not. No, you not. Yeah, they had the realization that you've been you the whole time. You've been you the whole time. Yeah, again, running. Running. Yup. They exhausted, but they is on their way after being stagnant. Let's get some true intentions. A beautiful girl all over the world. Got nothing to prove, baby. I got nothing to prove, baby. Stay focused. See, when you with the right person, yeah, they leaving negativity. A beautiful girl all over the world. Oh, they telling third parties goodbye. Oh, that's not playing. They leaving negativity and they leaving third parties and they telling them goodbye. 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 Yeah. Now these third parties trying to look for revenge cause they don't want to be bothered no more. I mean, I don't know. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm over here minding my business. You know what I'm saying? So don't come out live bullying me. Clarify soul card. Yeah. They learned about cause and effect. You know what I'm saying? They learned about cause and effect real quick. Clarify. Beautiful girl all over the world. They saying goodbye to these third parties because they don't got no creativity. They not unique. They negative. Yeah. Clarify revenge. Beautiful girls all over the world. Yeah. Yeah, they leaving also because you peaceful. You know what I'm saying? These karmas, all they want is revenge. Now they want revenge while you sitting over there peaceful. You ain't got nothing to do with this. You told them, matter of fact, you wished them well. You said, ain't you married? Enjoy yourself. You know what I'm saying? You not no homewrecker. Once you realize they had somebody else, and that's why these karmas is mad, because you did not fight with them. You was like, all right, that's your person. Bye. I'm gone. I don't get off my throne. See, you the divine feminine. You the divine feminine. You don't get off the throne for nobody. You one of God's chosen. You don't get off your throne for nobody. And once you did that, and once you discovered and awoke into who you truly were, because these karmas was trying to play on your head like you wasn't her, yeah. You like, nah. Thanks for the money. You welcome. I love taking care of the community. Yeah, it took a lot of strength. It took a lot of strength for this person to learn that lesson. It took a lot of strength for you to stand your ground. Because you like, who you think you talking to? Yep, that's why a tower is out there. Now these karmas is in the hangman because they don't have nothing. They don't have nothing to argue with. They don't have nothing, you know what I'm saying? They don't have nothing to fight with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, these karmas is in the hangman. After your person then told them goodbye. Period. I told you. Page of Pentacles. You got great fortune, sudden wealth, wealthy men, courtship, wedding ring. Positive things are happening for you. And while they plotting your revenge the whole time, you peaceful, receiving all of that, and they in the Page of Pentacles. That's why they mad. All that bullying, all that gang stalking, all busting up cars, windows, all that. God say, nah, go ahead and chill. Don't worry about it. I'll handle that. You know what I'm saying? That's light work. Got spiritual hitters on the streets. That's what I'm saying. We ain't got time. That's what I said. Y'all better download Fanbase. Y'all worried about the economy. Fanbase is the answer. Build a community. That's the difference. If you stop chasing money and start chasing, not chasing, but just loving on people, treating people right, and building community properly, yeah, this is how this is coming in. Because this divine feminine did everything with love. Yeah. These people are going to court. And it may not be specifically for harmonious divine feminine, but they going to court. They having battles, trials and tribulations. But it's over. It's over. Yeah. These thieves and got caught stealing from somebody else. Stealing energy, stealing time, lying. They've been exposed. Page of Pentacles. And they money. Yup. That's why they ain't got no money. All that money you steal, but you ain't invest. You ain't invest in Fanbase. You ain't invest in Fanbase. I know that for sure. This Friday evening, hang out chat. Make sure y'all hit that like button. We streaming live on Fanbase as is. Yeah. You the privileged lady while they in the Page of Pentacles. They plotting on your revenge. Whole time the whole community love you. You peaceful. They plotting your revenge, but they in the Page of Pentacles. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. You the privileged lady. You can't. Told you, divine feminine is the privileged lady. I read true energy. I tell her like a T.I. is. I don't tell what I don't come in here talking about what I think. I talk about what I know. Your goal right now is to keep trucking and minding your business and manage your business. You know what I'm saying? Because if God said it's for you, it's for you. And can't nobody take that away from you. So on the surface level, it looked like, oh, they don't love me, oh this, all that. That's what the enemy wants you to think. That's what the enemy wants you to think, so you miss out on your blessings. No, continue, you know what I'm saying, to build your empire. Yup. Narcissists. Third party is a narcissist on both halves. You had to leave a lot of narcissists in your past, and they had to learn that lesson too. Yeah. All these thieves been blocked. God didn't clear the house. He did. He didn't clear the house. He blocked them. Blocks. Now they in the hangman position. Now they can't have no creativity because you went. Now before, you know what I'm saying, before your energy was sad and they was feeding off of it and they kept doing it because they seen it was affecting you. Now you got on your throne and was like, nope. You know what I'm saying? So now they in the hangman position. Their energy is blocked. You turned it back to sender. Thief. They catching it. Baby, they catching it. Best believe they catching it. Oh, they catching it. They catching it. Clarify privilege lady. Yeah. Wishful thinking. Whether you be back with this person, God say you still gonna be blessed, abundant. Courtship, wedding, everything, you still getting everything. Whether it's with this person or not, you still getting everything. You still getting everything. You still getting everything. Welcome. Please make sure you join the camp. Welcome. Please make sure you join the camp. Follow me. You know what I'm saying? Follow me. Fanbase Ambassador Queen Mo. Okay. All right. Back to what I was doing. Now. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? You still gonna be peaceful. You still gonna be doing your you still gonna be doing your thistle. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Continue to remain loyal to yourself and loyal to God. Once you do that, everything else will fall into place. Because you who you say you is. You been said who you said you was the whole time. You been loyal. You been honored. You been respectful. Yeah. Apology is coming in. It's here. And who? Divine Feminine popped out twice. You said who you said you is. Let's get some lovers cards. Let's get what we gonna get. Yeah. Let's get some lovers cards. No, we gonna let's do the self-care, lovers cards, angels cards. And then we're gonna get into the rest of the show. No, stay on your throne. Don't ignore them. Cause the more you feeding the drama, the more you feeding the bullshit, the more you know what I'm saying, the more you feed into it, don't feed into it. You know what I'm saying? The person not calling you, don't call them. Let them go on with their life. Wish them well. Set them free. And then, you know what I'm saying, let that be. You know what I'm saying? Because God's got you. He got you. Karma is here. Positivity is here. Good news is here from this month all the way till March 2026. And I usually don't put time frames on, but yeah. God said, chill, watch you a movie, kick your feet up. Yeah. Go ahead, get a massage. Beautiful girls all over the world. They ain't got nothing on you, baby. Connect with the trees and the animals outside. I got nothing to prove, baby. Beautiful girls all over the world. I ain't got nothing to prove, babe. Take a deep breath. Yeah. Let's get some lovers cards. I got nothing to prove, baby. Yeah. They learn how to make healthy choices, and you learn how to make healthy choices. Periods. Y'all both learn how to make healthy choices. I got nothing to prove, baby. I got nothing to prove. A spirit say, yup, it's your decision if you want to fuck with them or not. Period. Cause you who you say you is. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't feel bad if you don't want to mess with them, because they did they ditch. And if God say no, then it's no. It's a no. You know what I'm saying? If you say yes, it's a yes. But it's you still gonna get what you. See what I'm saying? See your person like, don't tell them that, don't tell them that, don't tell them that. No, you still gonna get what you want. Now they running towards you. You know what I'm saying? Because they know if you put your sword up, you know what I'm saying? If you put your sword up, it's a wrap. If you cut them with your sword, yup, you know what I'm saying? They running towards you now because you think they a snake. You like, nah, I'm straight. You know what I'm saying? But they like, I'm here, baby, I love you. One more. Yup. Coffin. Yeah, they put a coffin to all those different, you know what I'm saying, things that they was dealing with. So, yeah, let's get some angel cards. I got nothing to prove, baby. Beautiful girls all over the world. Yeah, they dreaming about you. I got nothing to prove, baby. Hey, I got nothing to prove, baby, 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 baby. This Friday evening hangout in chats, streaming live on YouTube. Make sure y'all download Fanbase. Thank you kindly. Hit that subscribe button. Freedom of speech is under attack. Yeah, forgive. And yeah. Continue to do your energy work. We're gonna pull one more angel card. I got nothing to prove, baby. I got nothing to prove. God say, see only love. Beautiful girls. Let's pull some queen cards all over the world. Thank y'all for staying with me. Dominance, Riri, Rihanna, queen card deck. I got nothing to prove, baby. Resilience. Oh, beautiful girl all over the world. Queen cards. That's what I'm talking about. We're going to pull one more. One more queen. Queen card deck. Yes. All right. Let's go ahead and get into the rest of the show. If you're new, we always got to get our spiritual messages out because we do honor God over here on this channel. We are a spiritual channel. You know what I'm saying? Helping you live in your truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. My YouTube channel is my government name. So therefore, I've been living in my truth the whole time, okay? Been living in my truth the whole time. All right. So, if you new, go ahead. You know what to do. You know how we do. You know how we do, crew. You know how we do. You know how we do, crew. We be about our Father's business. Yes, we be about our Father's business. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on in the world has something to do with God. And I'm not going to take that back. I'm not going to apologize. What's good? I got to play it. I'm going to be playing this every show now. Y'all woke? Let's go. Let's get it.
Please wake up.
Let's go before we get to the rest of the show. Is y'all woke? Is y'all woke? Is y'all paying attention? Cause I just don't be talking. This our new meme for the show. For all my shows. So yeah. Cause y'all need to wake up. Cause I just don't be talking. Wake up.
Please wake up.
All right, y'all woke, y'all woke, y'all woke. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the rest of the show. If you new, we have Flicks. You can import your TikTok, Instagram. This my live I just did today, earlier today. It's available on the web. Okay, available on the web. If y'all do, we have long form videos over here. So if y'all do not see any of these videos, like if it's a good episode, I'll pull it and I'll put it over here on Fanbase. You can upload content up to 2 hours from the computer. Everything is linked. If you have not, this is my link tree over here. So this is this big beautiful F, and then we have Fanbase right here. Let's go over to the invest. Let's go to the investing, okay? Let's go to the investing. Okay, Fanbase, invest. Invest in Fanbase. Invest in Fanbase. Okay. That is the investment. The minimum to invest is $3.99. Okay. So the minimum to invest is $3.99. $3.99. Okay. Yeah. So we are getting up there. Once we raise 17 million, it's up and it's stuck. Okay. These are the different reward tiers. All right. And your girl is streaming live on Fanbase right now. We have live audio rooms. Okay. Live audio rooms. Okay. I've been on this platform, Fanbase Ambassador. Okay. New platform. Search. Okay. See, your girl's on the front page. Look. Fanbase, okay? This is the new audio feature. Audio rooms. Okay. I am the Fanbase Ambassador Community Leader. This is where we have our freedom of choice, our freedom of voice. You know what I'm saying? This is what it looks like over here on Fanbase, okay? All right. Okay. Again, Minimum cash out is $5. And we back to the audio room. Okay, back to the audio room. Boom! Boom! Boom, 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 boom. Okay, so these are different rewards. Cheers. Okay. If you are a business or an organization, now with them boycotting all these different places, if you want to, this is what we talking about, building community. This is what we talking about, where your voice is being heard. This is what we talking about, by your voice being valued, right? If you are a business or an organization and you want to partner with Fanbase, please just let me know. This is in my link tree as well. Again, okay? Fanbase partnership program. All right, let's go. Let's get it. Okay. What else? So we are talking. This is the action plan. That's why I told y'all to wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Black Box Franchising. If you are a business or an organization and you want to turn your business into a franchise, we talking about we not organized. We not organized. So not only can you download the app, it's free to download, free to use. The minimum cash out is $5. You also can turn your business into a franchise, or you can personal franchise. This is what I'm saying. Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, people. You know what I'm saying? We arguing over who driving the boat, but you know what I'm saying? We arguing over who driving the boat, but we drowning. You know, we study drowning, but we arguing. Oh, you know what I'm saying? We arguing who drowning. You know what I'm saying? We drowning. You know, we still about to drown. So, yeah, so if you want to turn your business into a franchise, this link is in my bio. So, okay. All right. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. All right. Please make sure you join my camps. Queen Mo Loved in Camp. I Am My Sister's Keeper LLC Camp. And Chosen Ones Camp. Okay? Chosen Ones Camp. Let's go. Let's get it. Style like this. See? Content like this. I just freestyle like this. You see what I'm saying? This is the perfect type of content. So making sure you're out and about. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. And if you have not downloaded Fanbase, please make sure you download Fanbase. The minimum cash out is $5. We out in these Fanbase streets, Fanbase ambassador. We believe in freedom of speech, freedom of choice, and we value you over here on Fanbase. So again, make sure y'all download Fanbase. Hit that like, that button, click that link in my bio, and download Fanbase. And also you can invest. That's right. Invest. Minimum is $3.99. So what you waiting for? Freedom, I can't lose. Freedom, cut me loose. Freedom. Over here on Fanbase, let's go, let's get it.
Please wake up.
Okay, so we getting ready to have, let me see. All right, we getting ready to have game night tonight at 9. I do a live room. You know what I'm saying? Live room over here. That's where we at now. Okay? Let's go to audio. Okay. Audio, audio, audio. All right. Whoa, that's crazy. But anyways, so these are the different audio rooms discussions. You can hear all different audio room discussions that they're having on the web right now. Yeah, so okay, this is what these are the different discussions. All right, all right. So we got what do you love about fan base? All right, that's Saturday, Sunday, Monday morning wellness check, Monday through Friday. Okay, then on Thursdays. Okay, this is Friday. Thursdays, what do you love about fan base? Morning wellness check. Saturday. Okay. So this is what we do Saturdays, and yeah. So that is the schedule. Let's go. Let's get it. Let's see. Do 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 do. Okay, so we have our weekend schedule. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Cha. Okay, so tomorrow, Saturday, we got What Do You Love About Fanbase? That's at 6:30. Y'all got another live stream over here. Then we got movie night at 9. And then we got Chosen Ones and Lit on Sundays on Fanbase. And then Sundays we have Sunday TV live streamed on Fanbase. And then Fanbase is love, all Fanbase news. So this is all the things that's going on. Okay, let's go. Let's get it.
Bravery is not the absence of fear, but the ability to overcome it. We stand for those who defy suppression, who speak out, and those who walk the road less traveled. Everyone deserves to be seen and their voices to be heard. We're sparking a movement, growing a community of creators united by the desire for freedom, choice, equity, and ownership. At Fanbase, it's all for one and one for all. We support each other to guide, promote, and uplift you in a place where you can unapologetically be yourself. A place where your voice, ideas, and creativity are not just welcomed, but celebrated. We are Black founded, minority funded, and supported by a diverse, inclusive, powerful community that believes in the strength of authenticity and individual choice. Regardless of success or background, we welcome you, the marginalized, the underappreciated, the successful, the superstar. We're for all who seek a space to express themselves freely, where they are rewarded for being their authentic, true self. We transcend labels because only we have the right to define ourselves. We are built for the brave, the culture, the creators, and for the future where everyone has the power to shape their own destiny. Where all are empowered, voices are amplified, and freedom is embraced. For the first time, you have a chance to own the platform you helped make popular. It's a revolution. A movement in how we connect, create, and share. Everyone is a creator, and everyone has a fan base. Here, you can be you, without limits.
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Please make sure you join my camp. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to my room, my space, Fanbase Ambassador. We are streaming live. Okay, let's see. We have updated our app, so yeah, let's go. Because all this is about to be updated.
Do you have all of your content on other platforms like TikTok and Instagram like I do?
Worried about trying a new platform because you don't want to start all over? Well, check this out.
If you go over to your profile and click in the upper right-hand corner on the settings button, you will see options to import your content from TikTok and or from Instagram.
This is such a nice feature because doing this keeps all your content on the other platforms, but also just moves it here too. This is great because if anything happens to your other platform accounts, Fanbase can be a safety net for your content. This is a one-time migration process. Once you request Fanbase to migrate your content to your Fanbase profile from TikTok or IG, that will be your final feature use. Another important detail to highlight is that after the migration, your Fanbase page will not automatically update your Fanbase profile if you post something on IG or TikTok. They are not synced together. Fanbase is a completely separate platform and we are not associated with IG or TikTok systems.
Be you without limits.
TikTok is going to be banned January 19th, 2025, and users are going crazy. But no worries. Isaac Hayes III has created a platform that is mind-blowing, okay? It's called Fanbase. And it's super simple, super easy. It's allowing consumers to not only consume content, but actually be able to get paid for creating content. See, in the past, your Facebook, your TikToks, your Snapchats, all those things, we put in a lot of work to build these platforms up, and we weren't able to really see the output when it came to the income. So what Isaac Hayes III has done, he has now created a platform where we can get paid for our fan base. We're calling it the TikTok killer. I'm excited. I created my Fanbase account, and the first thing that I noticed was that I was able to import all of my information from Instagram or TikTok. So all you do is put a code in your bio, the two applications talk to each other, and it imports over 2,000 videos from your previous platform. So you don't have to worry about starting from scratch. That was my biggest fear was, hey, I'm gonna have to go to this platform, I'm gonna have to start from scratch. That is something I just did not want to do. But enough of me talking about it, let's go ahead and jump into the platform. The website is going to be www.fanbase.app. And right here on the front page it says BU without limits.
The link is in my chat, y'all.
Social media app that allows any user to earn money from day one, okay? So I know a lot of people, you have to go out first, build it, and then you can start earning. Here you can start earning on day one. It's available on the Apple Store or the Google Play Store. Either way is fine. You're able to monetize your content on Fanbase, right? So you're able to do that long form or short form. You can do audio. Remember Clubhouse, we were doing audio conversations. You can
Audio conversations. They just dropped me some loves in the audio conversation.
Subscriptions. You can create that fan base. You can go ahead and build that community the way you want to. Okay, get paid for any content, right? So it doesn't matter if it's short or long, or if it's subscription based. You're going to get paid for everything, and you can earn and view your earnings in real time. No waiting, no big delays. You can see it in real time. Okay. Boost your subscription. Subscriptions have become one of the bigger things going into like 2022, 2023, where people are now creating subscription-based content, offering exclusives in your close friends or things like that. I know YouTube even has a subscription thing now. So understand that subscriptions are now a thing, and if you're not doing it and you want to grow online, I suggest you
Please make sure you join my camp. Subscribe for your chance to win 1,000 loves. Subscribe on the spot, receive 100 loves.
Fanbase has a real world value of half a penny. Users can use love as a way to express their appreciation for content creators and their remarkable work. So what this looks like is you can buy packs. You can buy a pack of hearts, and let's say you go to your favorite content creator and you want to put some hearts down. You can put 10 hearts, 20 hearts, 30 hearts that you have pre-purchased to be able to show love, all right? Create without limits, right? You can do this however, whatever that looks like. Isaac Hayes has really capitalized on allowing creators to create, okay? Interact in real time, go live. Fanbase puts you in the heart of action. Your creativity comes to life. So you can go live. It allows you to go live. You can see everything that's happening in real time. You're able to see the hearts. You're able to see people sharing with you or buying things from you. You can go exclusive, public, or private, or you can host what's like called a camp, like campfire. So maybe something smaller. Okay, it's perfect at home for a home for creators. Okay, what this means is this is a creator's playground. This is exactly what you've been thinking about, wanting, the stuff that we said before. They are doing it right now with Fanbase, guys. So you can see right here. It's a great app. I love it. I would say go check it out right now. Go ahead and do it for free. You have nothing to lose. And like I told you guys before, you could go ahead and import your whole Instagram or your whole TikTok up to 2,000 posts. So you're not coming in completely brand new. Look, guys, the link to my fan base is going to be in the description below. Go ahead and follow me.
Thank you for that beautiful comment. Thank you for that beautiful comment. Please make sure you follow. This beautiful comment. We are streaming live. Get loves in the comments. See. You know, my dedication to this platform is because I come from Cleveland, Ohio, a mother or two, and it's not just the platform, it's about me coming and finding my family and finding my community and finding that people really, really appreciate what I do. And now we need to transfer that to making sure y'all subscribe to my platform, subscribe to my fan base. 5,000 subscribers. You know what I'm saying? At $5, that's $250. Out of $250, you know, I purchase hearts and give loves, and I'm on daily. You know what I'm saying? And so my dedication to the platform just comes from, you know, Isaac making it, you know, where I'm able to shine. Because at first I didn't have a voice. I was told that I was stupid. I was told I was dumb. I was told that I was slow, you know what I'm saying? I was ugly, you know what I'm saying? I was told everything. And for this platform to actually give me a shot, not only give me a shot, but embrace me like they do. So, you know what I'm saying? That's where my dedication comes from. And, you know what I'm saying? And understanding that God gave me the platform, He gave me the voice, and, you know, moving as a spiritual therapist and, you know, keep mental awareness from people from my background, because we always talk about the people on the street, but there's people in between, you know what I'm saying, that we hate. And you know, my company, I Am My Sister's Keeper LLC, where I help women get their mind, body, soul, spirit together. I started this company because, you know, we would give a bag of groceries, but we wouldn't give constructive advice, or, you know what I'm saying, you had to jump here, you had to jump there, you know, and you had to jump anywhere. So make sure y'all download Fanbase. Make sure, you know, this is my way of giving back, because I'm not just handing you $5. I'm handing you a lifetime of success, in anything and any opportunities that you may see for yourself. Okay, let's go ahead and continue and get into the show. But thank y'all for joining me. And I love you right back, fan base. I love you right back, fan base.
Welcome to another episode of Invested, where we discuss the ever-evolving world of the creator economy in our $17 million equity crowd fund on Start Engine for Fanbase. I'm your host, Isaac Hayes III, as always. And to my left today is actually Noah Washington, head of comms and partnerships at Fanbase. And today, we are joined by the phenomenal A.B. Burns Tucker. For those of you that don't know A.B. Burns Tucker, A.B. Burns Tucker is a legal researcher, political commentator, and content creator who has made a name for herself through law and media education, national TV appearances, and political analysis on platforms like Revolt, The Shade Room, The Young Turks, Spectrum News, and ABC News. She also starred in A&E's 60 Days In, giving her unique insight into the incarceration system. More recently, she's become part of a wider conversation around content creators, equity, and political influence, including her public disagreement with Wired's Taylor Lorenz about creators taking dark money from Chorus. Welcome, A.B. Burns, to Invested, everybody.
Thank you. Ooh, I like that.
How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm actually a fan of yours, so I'm glad to say that, because you be popping off. I think the first time I learned or started really listening to your content when you was talking about Putin and calling him Big Bang Pete. You know, y'all know, if y'all ever seen the girl like, well, Big Bang P said such and so and so.
Oh my God.
And they were going back and forth. You guys didn't know. That's how I know of AD, but she's phenomenal. I'm glad to have her here today. Of course, the focus of this podcast is to talk about Fanbase and our Regulation A equity crowdfund. And I wanted to hop into why it is important to talk about what we're doing this for, because right now we're in a state of emergency in media and social media. And what I think we're seeing is a convergence of media becoming more consumed through social media and who owns those platforms. So I wanted to make sure that people understand that you have an opportunity to invest and own Fanbase right now. We've raised over $23 million for this platform. It allows you who are watching right now to have equity in this platform, meaning you can own a piece of the platform, just like the people that started Instagram and Facebook and YouTube and TikTok have equity in those platforms. You can have equity and own this platform. And I did that for a reason, Because number one, especially for young people and black culture, we don't own any of these platforms. We make these platforms enormously popular. We make them worth hundreds of billions of dollars, and we don't have any equity in those platforms. So everybody watching, go to startengine.com/fanbase right now to invest. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase is $665 a share. I know you guys see me say that all the time, but what I think is important about this is we are at an inflection point where if black culture does not own the infrastructure or media, we will not be sure who's telling our stories, what's real, what's true, what information is fact or not fact, because there is a movement to acquire a lot of media corporations, and we will have that conversation a little bit later today. But we're going to jump right in and talking to Miss AB.
What's up, Miss Tucker?
What it do? What's good? What's good now in the booth?
Hey, man, I do what I do. I do what I do.
Ground, okay?
I do what I do. So, I love learning more about you, right?
Okay.
You have such a fascinating and interesting background with your legal expertise, your media training. I want to know how and why did you want to bring that to social media?
That's so funny. So the crazy thing is when I first started making content per se, I was still in law school. So for those who don't know, my brother was wrongfully convicted and he was sentenced to 50 years to life in prison when he was 15 years old. And so I went to law school to get him out. And so during the pandemic, I had reluctantly hopped on like social media and TikTok per se. And I started seeing a lot of like wrongful conviction content coming up, and I was like, oh, well, maybe I can make content about my brother and it'll help me out a little bit. And so that's how I actually started. And some of my initial videos around that like went super viral, and I didn't know what to do. I was not prepared for it. But then I realized I had a platform, and I started realizing like how much people didn't understand about the law and like how things work. And so that's what sort of pushed me to keep making content. And so I had to find my voice for a little bit, but then eventually I ended up doing the Russia-Ukraine video that a lot of people saw. And that like catapulted me
That's the one.
to where
That's
I am
the one.
today.
Yeah.
I have to ask, you have done major podcasts, you've sat down with Van Jones, you've done several big media outlets, right? But it all originated in your social. How did your visibility in social later translate into these major platforms?
That's a good question. I think it's just you never know who's watching. That's number one. But then two, I think that people started seeing the need for what I do, right? And how I communicate. I can code switch with the best of them, right? I have 4 college degrees, but I also like I grew up in the hood. You know
Talk your
what I mean?
ish. Talk
You know
it.
what I'm
Talk
saying?
it.
So it's like I was able to use like the education and just like I guess my street knowledge or whatever, the way that we communicate at home or with my friends, use that and like combine the two. And I think with any corporation, when they see something of value, they see the numbers going up, they're gonna be like, ooh, let me, what's that going on over there? So I think like just with the numbers being authentic too. A lot of people out here buying followers. I just want to put that out there. And all mine pulled up on me authentically. So I think that's what sort of put me on the radar for a lot of these different platforms and opportunities.
So earlier, Isaac, do you want to jump in here real quick before I move on to mine?
No, go ahead.
And I talk to black people, and not a lot of people can do that.
That's what I want to get into, right? As Mr. Hayes was introducing you earlier, you know, a big part of your platform is speaking on the disparities that black people face. Break that down for us, and what made you want to tackle that?
Because I'm black. Point blank period. I'm a black woman in America. No one, I felt like, so when I walk in rooms, right, or you listen to the news or the media, they're always talking about like kitchen table topics. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, well, let me be for real. Like, I grew up in a single parent household. My mom was a nurse. I can't tell you the number of times that we sat at the kitchen table and had a conversation outside of a holiday, right? So that's not realistic for my community. And I also say, like, I don't speak French. So if you come to me with a duffel bag full of $50 million that you tell me you're going to give it to me in French, I'm going to look at you, I'm going to smile, and I'm going to walk away because I'm not knowing what's going on. I think that's the same for people in my community or the audience that I try to appeal to and I speak to, mm-hmm. is that you're not talking to them, right? Because one, they're not sitting at the kitchen table having dinner, if they do get a dinner that night, Let's be real about that. Then two, it's like they don't speak the language that's being spoken on traditional platforms, right? In traditional media.
Yeah.
So I think it's important to communicate because the things that I'm talking about, they affect us too, if not more than anybody. So if we're not included in the conversation, then we're getting left out.
I agree. I mean, I think that I do that a lot too. I like to break things down so that we all can understand what's going on, especially things that I think are complicated when it comes to ownership, equity, investing, things like that, because people don't really understand how important even investing or ownership or getting paid for your content, the value of what you create and what you own, how important all that stuff is.
Just having this combo.
100%. And so that's the thing that let me ask you this though. So, especially with Black women creators and Black creators, how do you navigate those partnerships like with corporations? Because I know that in that one video that was mentioned with Wired in the whole conversation with Taylor, we'll get to that, is that you were offered $250 to post content and other creators were offered different amounts. And I think, what I know for certain that Black creators get offered about 35% less than their white counterparts, but actually their content actually performs better. So how do you feel about that?
It's out of pocket, it's out of line, but I think part of it too is like especially in my space, the creator economy was sort of like the Wild Wild West. Mm-hmm. So these corporations was getting away with nickel and diamond certain creators and then throwing a bag at other creators. But what happened was we started finding out about that behind closed doors, and we talk.
Yeah.
We got group chats. We talk about y'all behind y'all back, and it might be a chat or two where a creator be like, "Oh, well, I just got a deal from so and so, and they offered me woo-doo-woo." Right. Okay, so that puts you up on game to go negotiate your deal a little differently. So I think it's about like communication.
Do you get assistance from creators, like white creators, about what they paid?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. I'm glad they're sharing that information. Mm-hmm. So white creators will tell you, I made this, I got paid, offered this, so you should get offered that.
It's a few good ones. That's what I'm gonna say. It
awesome.
Ain't everybody, right?
No, but that's still
it's still enough of us where it's like we are having these conversations like, hey, what you getting paid? Because truthfully, we went to a conference and there was like a financial portion of the conference. It was a big creator conference called Trending Up, and they were talking about it, and there were creators on the panel like talking about how much they was getting paid, and we all like, where you get that deal from? Like, right. You know what I mean? And so even with the chorus thing, right, it prompted us to be like, we have to communicate better, especially when you got a creator, let's say like Consciously, right? Got a way bigger platform than me, been in the game longer than me, right?
Yeah.
We can't take the same amount of money for the same content.
Right.
You get what I mean? Like, so we got to negotiate, because if somebody like Conscious, for example, is getting undercut, right? Or undercutting himself in a deal, then that reflects back on me. That's going to happen, right? So when I go try to negotiate, they like, well, he got 3 times as many followers. We paid him this, this, and this. No, that's not going to work.
So you think it's the responsibility of all Black creators to kind of, I'm not going to say unionize, but say this is our standard of what we're doing? Or is it kind of like, you feel the pressure sometimes to say, well, if you won't do it, this creator will do it? Like, they'll undercut you? Because again, what I know about content creators is you guys are all unique in your voices and your messaging. So what Consciously says and what you say might be about the same topic, but it's a different approach, a different perspective, and that's what makes you unique to the game.
And that's what you coming to pay for.
Exactly.
So you got to pay the price.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. I've lost a lot of deals because I've been like, I can't take that.
Right.
Like, I can't produce that amount of work for this. Because I think a lot of corporations too don't realize, especially for a lot of us Black creators, it's just us solo dolo, right? Like, we don't have a team behind us that's doing the editing and negotiating and going to the meetings and doing the research, and like, we're doing it ourselves. Yeah. I gotta do the research, come up with the topic, you know what I'm saying, record it, might have to re-record it if the sound get messed up or something, you know what I'm saying? Like, then I still gotta edit it, then I still gotta send it to you, then you still want analytics after that.
Yeah.
All of that, then I still gotta take a 30-minute meeting with a whole nother organization that think they might want to work with me. I'm one person. So if you're asking me to produce a piece of content, understand that not only am I producing that piece of content, like putting it out on the platform, but all the work that goes behind it and the time that comes behind it too.
Yeah, that's real. So, all right, let's talk about this whole wire.
Well, wait a minute. I have one question
go
I want to jump in. Based on what you just said, do you feel like you're competing not with only your peers, but with other white creators or creators not of color?
If I'm being honest, it ain't no competition for me because can't nobody do what I do. You know what I'm saying?
That's the uniqueness though. What I'm saying is like, that's how I discovered her. When she was talking about Ukraine, and then I like to hear the way she's saying it, because she's giving the same information. She's just breaking it down in a way that's very relevant and actually humorous and funny and educational at the same time. So it's also how it's served.
There we go. All right,
So now we're going to talk about this Wired situation. So there was an article. You had a public disagreement with Taylor Lorenz. We all know Taylor Lorenz. I know Taylor Lorenz. Taylor Lorenz was on my ass about commenting about your spat, and that creators were taking dark money from Chorus, which is a nonprofit that I guess pays creators to talk about social issues and stuff like that. For those who don't know, can you explain what happened and why this matters and why your response was so heavy?
So let me be clear. As far as I know, Chorus doesn't pay creators to make the content. It's like a training academy type of thing, right?
Okay.
So they're getting resources and learning different ways to scale their content, right? So that we can compete with the right or other, outlets, I guess, however you want to frame it, so that creators can compete in that space because our platforms ain't as big, you know what I mean? So, and we got to get the information out there. So that's my understanding of Chorus. I'm not a member of Chorus. The reason why I hopped in it is because what happened was when when Taylor put out that very poorly written article that she put on the internet,
That's your camera right there. You want to talk to her? That one right there with the red light over there?
The very poorly written article that Taylor put out, she was very vague in how she talked about what was going on. And so she gave examples like, oh, you'll see these creators collaborating with each other, right? And doing certain things. So there were certain like trigger words she used that could make you think like, okay, who's doing that in the crew? Mm-hmm. Well, I'm somebody, for example, like me and Elizabeth Booker Houston are very close. Like my morning routine is like God, my son, and I talk to Liz. You know what I mean? For the day. So it's like we're always collaborating. Like, you know what I mean? That woman, right? Like she signed up to take the bar with me just to support me so I could take the bar exam. So I'm always ride with her, whatever she do. So the way Taylor wrote that raggedy article was it made it seem like everybody who talked about, more progressive type issues was getting some dark money from some unknown organization. I ain't getting that money.
Yeah.
I want it. I want it. But that's, you know what I'm saying? So then it came to like, as you read the article, I'm as an attorney, as a licensed attorney.
Tell them, talk it again.
As a licensed attorney, right? I'm reading and I'm like, okay, well, let me see the contract. Because the whole thing, and this is why I make my content the way I do, right? Bring it back full circle. When my brother got convicted, I was like, how the hell y'all do that? And I realized I don't speak the language. I don't speak the legal language. So what I thought was common sense wasn't how it was being applied legally, right? Those are two different things. So I'm like, Taylor, you don't speak this language. You don't speak law, so you don't know what you think you know. And you need to make sure you find an attorney to interpret it for you and make sure you're interpreting these facts right. You know what I'm saying? Because now you putting out information. When you're reading a contract, the way it's read is not always the way it's applied, if that makes sense, right? Mm-hmm. So that's why it's called interpretation. That's why we got to go to the court and they be like, well, what is this supposed to mean, right? So I'm like, girl, you don't even know what you're talking about when it comes to the article. That's not what this says. I done read the contract.
Yeah.
Bar for bar, word for word, looked up stuff I wasn't sure about. And I was like, yeah, that's not what this says. This is a standard contract for some work like this, and you're taking it out of context because you don't know what you're talking about, and you're trying to build a story. Whole time, no, first off, don't pocket watch because you're out of line for that. One, as a white woman, you don't have no business asking me who paying me, what, when, or why. And two, you don't got no business thinking you putting my business on the streets. You're out of line for that. And then you don't know what you're talking about. Then you going 10 toes down. But let's not forget that your first article you wrote about Chorus was that they wasn't paying the creators.
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. Her first article that she wrote was like, oh, well, Chorus is taking advantage of these creators. It's creators on here who don't even know that they're representing Chorus.
When did she write that article?
This article came out, I want to say, in like April.
Okay, so it was still Wired.
It was not Wired. It wasn't Wired.
So she wasn't at Wired. She was at another.
I think she may have did it independent. I don't even remember per se. So
Okay.
I think this one she had just jumped another ship. But yeah. So anyways, I know she put it out back in April, and that was the conversation. Liz talked to her then and was like, "That's not what's happening. We're trying to fundraise right now. You know what I mean? We're actually trying to get the Chorus name out there for that. You feel me? So." You know, actually help us out if you can, so more people can know about it and we can get more investing, more funding.
Yeah.
Now the new article talking about they're taking dark money.
So you think there's a motivation behind that?
Yeah, she a hater and she's a liar, and you just need to admit to people that you are a right winger.
Oh, really? You think so?
Oh, you ain't seen her pictures? The people she been taking pictures with?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
I didn't know that. I'm not. I'm not.
She's very much comfortable with right-wing influencers and very favorable. If you look at the language that she uses when she talks about their side and the money they're getting and what they're doing in comparison to us, if you look at how she talked to the white people in the comment section that she was responding to, as opposed to how she approached us.
So I think I found the article Inside the Democrat Struggle to Win Over Creators, April 24th, 2025, written by Taylor Lorenz.
Right. Is it on a news site?
Yeah, it's on userbag.co.
Okay, so shit, that was another site before Wired.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll say this. It is important because, let's be clear, that you know, when it comes to the Republicans and the Democrats, the Democratic Party is getting their ass kicked.
Okay.
And do you agree?
I don't know.
You don't agree? Wait, so okay, I'll tell you what I mean by I think they're getting their ass kicked.
Okay.
What I mean is that when you look at the Republican Party, the institutions that they acquire, so they're acquiring platforms. They're not only hiring creators, they're not creating them, they're hiring creators. They're acquiring X, they're building True Social. They've gotten Zuckerberg on the side of what's going on. And so they're actually acquiring platforms where if you have a liberal agenda or you are part of the Democratic Party, we don't own any platforms, right? If you are not far right, you know what I'm saying, and understand that. And again, I'm a person that accepts the understanding to agree to disagree on either party.
Right.
But when one party's buying up platforms and then they're populating those platforms with content creators that often say lies, like that it is propaganda and not even the truth. And that's what I thought was interesting about that article because
No, we arguing about $8,000. That's the most light-skinned dark money I've ever heard of in my life. Like, it's giving albino.
oh my God. I know, I understand what you're saying, $8,000. Yeah, when
$8,000?
some of these platforms are raising getting paid like 95 million, 85 million a year. Like these platforms to pay creators to make content, 85 million a year.
But we didn't talk about the creators though during the election that was getting millions of dollars from Russia, had set up them sham businesses, in like Tennessee or something like that, and they was getting millions.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh,
Tell them.
But we talking about $8,000, so we didn't look at when the right wing creators were getting paid millions of dollars. They had the emails, and the creators came out afterwards and was like, "Oh, we didn't know, but you took their money."
Wow. That's it. Well, okay.
Well, we talking about $8,000. That's dark money.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm looking at it right now.
Boom.
Department of Justice alleges that Russia funded U.S. media company linked to White Ring social media stars. This is on
Three
CNN.
of them, bro, and bro.
Yeah, Dave Rubin,
Boom.
Benny Johnson,
Boom.
and Tim Pool.
Boom.
Yo.
Let's talk about that. That's the dark money.
True.
Tenet Media, yeah. They're saying the opening is the unnamed Tennessee-based company that the Justice Department alleges was being funded by Russia operatives working as part of a Kremlin-orchestrated influence operation targeting the 2024 U.S. election is Tenet Media, which is linked to White Ring commentators with millions of subscribers on YouTube and other social media platforms, according to a U.S. official briefed on the matter.
I did a whole video on that when it went down.
Yeah, this was written in Thursday, September 5th, 2025. So right before the election.
Then let's say it's also more about if Taylor's writing an article about guys taking money, but it's also, well, what's being communicated is the truth or not. I think that's the bigger issue. If you guys are getting paid to create content is one thing, but if one group is making propaganda and the other group is just telling the truth, and isn't that more important?
Well, that's the thing. So that's why I said she need to just go ahead and admit what side of the fence she on. Because that's the reality. At the end of the day, right, like, you can't pay me to say nothing that I'm not going to say. Matter of fact, if you even see how I negotiate when I do have a contract, I probably spend more time arguing with them about I'm not going to say that. Or I said something a certain way and they be like, oh, well, can you switch it up? No, I can't.
Right.
Because you're not going to tell me what to say, period. If I rock with it, whatever it is, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do the research and I'm going to make sure that I'm ethical about what I'm putting out. Because at the end of the day, my entire goal is to make sure that my community can be included in the conversations. At the very least, right? At least you could go to the block and have a conversation with your homeboy that Big Bang P got America up in, right? And we might have to squabble up next week because he done ran up on Poland, dropped some stuff on Poland, and now NATO was like, who the who, what's good, right? I want you to be able to have that conversation because it's important. It makes a difference in our everyday life. You can't pay me to sit here and lie to these people.
Yeah.
For what? So you sat here and tried to discredit us and mess up our credibility. We didn't build these platforms brick by brick, day by day, research by research, grind by grind. We got kids, family members, and you playing with my name over $8,000 that I'm not getting.
I want to follow up on that. Do you think this has exposed a bigger issue in how journalism and media interact with creators, especially Black creators?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw that issue at the DNC last year. Like, we realized.
What do you mean? Explain.
Yeah, so it was a lot of tension between creators, right, and then like actual journalists. And I guess like it came off like some of the journalists felt like we was in their lane and we was getting special treatment, you know what I mean, this, that, and the third. And I'm like, y'all have a specific, like, that's y'all. Y'all got to take an oath. You got to go to school. You got to have training for that. I'm not a journalist. You know what I mean? I'm an attorney. But it was a lot of friction. And I've noticed now, like, you have, journalists like Joy-Ann Reid, for example, and Don Lemon, right, who have, like, brought us as creators into their fold and their mix as well. And I think that helps sort of bridge that gap a little bit and, like, ease that tension. But it's been a lot of smoke between.
Well, I'll say this. This is a form of news.
It is.
It is. That's the one. I think that's the one thing that I think that journalism does get frustrated by, because you are providing news and you're giving fact. And I think that
some of us, right? Because I think some of the issue, and not to cut you off, I apologize.
Oh, go ahead.
But like, even for myself, I had to switch up my content a little bit. But I would say that, like, you'll see creators come out here and, like, they not really giving the news as much as they read in the headline. They're not giving you an analysis or the background, right? For my content, for example, like, I'm giving you an analysis and background information, right? Now I'm gonna break it down to the smallest denominator so that you can have the conversation and kind of build from there. But at least you're getting some substance, some meat with the potatoes. Where you got a lot of creators out here who they not doing that. They get the little news on their app and they gonna read the headline, not even read the whole article to know what's going on for real. And now they got 5 million views because they said 7 cuss words in the middle.
So that has always been my challenge for Black media, because a lot of times, and I say this again, I'm not gonna name any Black media sites that I named them the first couple times I talked about this, but a lot of times I say that Black media sometimes just copies what white media says and then puts it out there when there's a specific story to be told in the way that it's supposed to be told. And I think that's important. I say all the time, like, yo, it's like, tell our story. Don't tell the story, tell our story. Because there's a perspective of everything that happens every day in this world that affects Black people in a different way than it affects everybody else. So to Black media, tell our story, don't tell the story. And I think that's extremely important. So if there's a lynching, right, don't tell the story, tell our story about how that affects us. If someone loses their job, at a newspaper or a media organization for speaking the truth. Don't tell the story, tell our story, because there's a huge difference of the way that affects us and how it affects everybody else.
Yeah, I think it's true. I mean, you gotta have both, right?
Yeah.
But I do think it's important for us to also tell our story, especially now more than ever, where they're trying to get rid of Black history and make Black issues not seem relevant and important. Like, we do need those voices in this space.
I mean, Trump ordered the takedown of
The slave exhibit.
slave exhibits around the country. He wants them either covered up or removed. Everybody knows. What's the name of the photo? You know the name of the photo.
Let me
I
just.
posted it. I
Yeah.
talked about it the other day, but the photo of the man with the lashes across his back.
Will Smith played him in the.
Yeah. Will Smith played his character, but I think that's urgent because that is American history.
Yep.
I don't understand why America wants to hide the truth about what it is.
It's not America.
No. Listen, what I mean. Well, no, but America is who we elect in power. So at this point, the version of America that is in power is what America is. We are represented by who we elect, correct? So we're represented by the people that we elect. So if you don't like this America, that's why voting is important. That's why we can't have arguments about whether Kamala Harris is Black or not. Right? You understand? That's why we can't have arguments, these silly arguments over Dems and Republicans and all that kind of stuff. That's why we can't have those conversations, because whoever runs the government is what represents America globally. So when we're having these conversations, if you don't like the way America is right now, then we got to do something about it. And I hope that what's going on right now, even though we got like 3.5 years to go, I hope that, well, actually we have till midterms, but I hope that the next time that there is an election for president.
And a special election in November in California.
There you go. And so I hope that every time now that there is an election, people remember these moments about how critical it is to get out there and vote and not sit back and just say, oh, voting doesn't matter because everybody's losing their jobs. Farmers are losing their farms. Right, all these people are losing their, the way that they make money because of these even white farmers. It was funny. I saw something that said this. Now I ain't trying to be funny, but sorry, farmers, but white farmers are now complaining that they thought that Black people were going to take the jobs that the immigrants took when they kicked them out of the country. Are we serious?
They are going to find a way to make it our fault.
You're correct.
But they said that before it happened.
We said we thought the Black people were coming to take the jobs of the Mexicans and the immigrants that were kicked out of the country. I'm like, we've come a little further than that. We've established ourselves in this country. Not to say that immigrant work is bad work, but fam, we're not going to digress. We're not going to, we're not going backwards. We're going forwards. We've been the president of the United States. We're not going back, right? I think all the things that we have, the optimism that we have about what we do, is important. So no, I'm sorry to the farmers that thought that Black people were going to take those jobs. The jobs that Trump said were I guess those are now their Black jobs. So,
I'm gonna share a number with you that's kind of scary. Recently, I followed this page that tracks Donald Trump's progression to he completes his term in office, and we were approximately about 16% done into Donald Trump's presidency. Then think about it. We ain't even 1/4 there.
Oh my God.
Think about that.
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt.
Longest 20 years.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Like,
yeah, let me ask you a question. Do you, given what's going on right now, this is just for both of y'all. Do you think it would have been better if he would have just won in 2020 and we'd be over it by now?
Yes. Yes. Like
if you knew we would have just let him rock out in 2020. What do you think?
He came back with a vengeance.
Yeah, right.
He returned like the Dark Knight.
oh yeah, I mean it was vengeance. I mean we knew that, right? Because we should have just put him in prison when we had the chance. I don't know why we were so scary.
Who's we though?
America. It was America, right? Under the president that we had more than enough opportunity to put that man in prison, and we didn't.
Between New York, Georgia, yeah, we had.
We fumbled in Georgia. I'm not going to get on that because I don't want to have that conversation because then I'll go off. Because how you have him on the phone saying he need 11,000, how many votes he said?
To Brian Kemp.
And we fumbled that.
And they just, the Supreme Court just put, oh boy, what was it? It wasn't Venezuela, what was it? Another country, their president tried to do the same thing, and the Supreme Court just gave him 27 years in prison out there.
And Fonnie Willis just lost her appeal to get back on the Trump case. She actually tried to appeal to get back on the Trump case, but she lost it. You had your chance, but you were doing other things. Anyway. Look, man, that's what I'm saying, yo. Look, it's a phrase that I say all the time, and I repeat this to myself just as a human being and anybody black doing anything. And I this is not a judgment of what's going on with Fonnie or anything that happened with that situation. But I do say this. You cannot aspire for greatness and entertain mediocrity. You cannot do both. You cannot aspire for greatness, but entertain mediocrity. And if you say that to yourself right before you're about to do some stupid shit, I guarantee you say, you know what? I'm trying to be the president of the United States. I'm trying to build $1 billion business. I'm trying to change the world. I don't think I need to jeopardize that with whatever this relationship is, whatever this opportunity is, whatever this party is, whatever these things are. You don't do that. That's why I take my ass home. A lot of times people say, why don't you go nowhere? Because in what I'm trying to accomplish in my vision for Fanbase, it's mediocre. It's mediocrity. I'm not knocking it, but compared to what I put my energy into for the last 5 or 6 years, it's mediocrity. So when my friends say, hey man, come to us to the strip club. Bruh, I love Magic City. I've been before, but the Magic City premiere is not probably a place where I need to be.
Right.
Because I'm thinking just on another level. I'm saying for me, and I'm not saying that that's mediocre, I'm saying compared to what I'm trying to accomplish, that is sometimes considered mediocrity. Because if something happens, it's like, oh, well, what was he doing at the strip club? You own Fanbase.
We supposed to be raising money.
You supposed to be raising money at Fanbase.
I hope he was on stage.
Some situations aren't meant for everybody.
Like, I hope he was on stage.
Yeah, like what are you doing there? And there's some places that I do go to have conversations and meet people because it's about making connection with content creators, celebrities, investors. I'll do things like that. But sometimes, I don't need to roll out to the. I don't need to go to the. I don't need to go to Follies. I know there's a new Follies in town, guys. There's a new Follies that opened, and we love Follies. When it was on Bureau Highway, there's a new one. Everybody's like, you going to the new Follies? Nah, because compared to what I'm doing, that's mediocre. And that's okay, and it's okay. But I mean, for people that want to go to the strip club, I love the strip club. I'm not knocking it, again, but we got bigger fish to fry over here as a community.
So, with that being said, sir, I think this is a good time to plug in why we're here.
We are here with Invested to continue our conversation with A.B. Burns, but also to talk about the fact that you can invest in Fanbase right now. Again, we are in a crisis of ownership of tech infrastructure, especially the black community. I say this as best as I can with as much passion as I can say it. We don't own any media platforms. When I see Don Lemon on YouTube, when I see Joy Reid on YouTube, when I see Roland Martin on YouTube, when I see writers getting fired from these organizations, that should be a signal that, we really don't own the platforms that we give this information to. And so we need ownership in those infrastructures. I've said many times that in the beginning, social media was a toy, and now it is a tool. It is the most powerful tool on earth to disseminate information. And so we don't own these things. You heard Tamisha was here last time, Tamisha Harris, shout out to Tamisha, saying that we are in a crisis and we need to own social media platforms. That's what she's talking about. So everybody right now watching this, take your behind to startengine.com/fanbase and invest right now. The minimum to invest is $399. What are you investing in? You're investing in Fanbase. So Fanbase is social media. It's my version of what social media is for the planet. It's not censored, free speech. We're not shadow banning. We're not limiting what sees your content. You have the ability to monetize if you want to. From day one, people can tip you. We have 6 content formats: posts, stories, live, audio, long form, and short form video. It's really an opportunity for black people, youth culture, and black culture to own the infrastructure of a social media platform. Because when these things get to $200-300 billion, $400 billion, right? For real, like that's how much these platforms are worth. That's how much Instagram is worth. That's how much TikTok is worth. Meta's $1.9 trillion. And now we got this whole, again, this TikTok situation that's about to happen that we're going to hop into. But again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest right now. We must own the platforms that we use. And this is also a call to Black media. I had a conversation, or I had a text message with somebody, and I'm not going to name the name of that person, but I was a little disappointed in what this person said. It was a Black media company. And I said, hey, you should take an equity position in Fanbase because, you know, you don't own any of these platforms that you're using. And they were like, well, this particular media company, we don't invest in platforms. We don't invest in platforms. And I'm like, okay, but you're on Instagram, you're on TikTok for free right now, and you could actually do that. And but I think that's the challenge that of cooperation that we have with Black media that we need to have to. We're going, like, again, truth be told, if we don't work together, you know, it's a wrap. It's going to force, this moment in history is going to force Black people to work together. And somebody's gonna have to help somebody that is not in the position that you're in to elevate to another position. Somebody's gonna have to take AB and elevate them above the position that they have. That's how this is going to work. So it can't be about who's the richest Black billionaire anymore. It can't be all about those things. It has to be about, all right, look, collectively, we have to elevate ourselves to the next level of positions because we got some real challenges going on.
You know, I want to take that opportunity to briefly get into a different subject, but we were talking about last week that recently came back up in my life, which is the unfortunate trend of seeing Black women in job loss. Yeah. Right? So, AB, I want to ask your opinion on this, right? What do you think is driving this, and how does this connect to content creators like yourself?
Yeah, I mean, I think a huge portion of it was when we saw the president issue those anti-DEI executive orders. We started seeing there was a lot of Black women in these positions where, you know, they were DEI, I guess, type positions. And so, and a lot of Black women worked in the government, right? So when all those jobs got cut and people were getting kicked out, like, unfortunately, Black women, we got hit the hardest. We are the most educated, right, in this country. We moving up, and they found a way to eliminate us. I think that as a creator and as a Black woman, it's my responsibility not only to speak up about those issues and, like, make sure I'm informing people and letting them know, like, this is what's happening to us. Because a lot of times, if it's not in our direct our direct community of people, we don't think it's a real thing. Right. You know what I mean? We don't think people are really affected. It's hard for us to see it. So I think as a creator, it's bringing those stories to life so that we are aware and vigilant of what is happening to us as Black women. And we need some protection. We need some help.
Hey, man, I agree 100% with you.
I saw something over the weekend. I'm not sure how much you guys keep up with more pop culture-based news, but one of my favorite cast members from Saturday Night Live, her name is Ego. You know, she is constantly playing most of the Black female characters on the show. So recently, she announced her departure from the show alongside a shakeup with other cast members from the show. But it'll be for the first time in years that SNL has a season without any Black women in it. So, yeah, so very, very troubling. So my second question for this is, what protections do you believe should be implemented, not even in the real world, as well as the digital space, to protect Black women from this?
Yeah, just acknowledging that it's happened, I think, is a number one thing. I think when we ignore the issue or act like it's not a thing, or we don't address it and highlight it, I think it's easy for it to fall to the wayside and make it seem like it's not important, and it doesn't get the energy that it needs, right? Like, so we need to treat it like a missing white woman. You feel me? I mean, that's just the reality, like, because these are real issues, and when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, it's always a Black woman. It's always a Black woman, right? To, like, pick up the pieces and get down in the trenches and fight for everybody else. We put when during the women's suffrage march, that was white women's journey. And they said, Black women, can you just get out the back of the line with us, please? We just need a little bit of help. And we anchored that. And we did that, and they made sure that was cool. And then we still had to come back and fight for ours and make sure we, as Black women, had those same rights, right? So it's always a Black woman when it comes down to building up other communities and supporting other communities to make sure they have equality, because if they have it, then we have it. If they don't have it, we don't get it.
Well, so then let me ask you this, and then talk to me as a Black man and tell me what I can do for you.
Yeah. Protect Black women. Love Black women, right? Have positive conversations of Black women, about Black women, right? Employ Black women, right? I'm not saying you don't in particular, right? But just like, those sound like simple asks, but I think like it just has to be said. It's just like on social media, right? Like, you gotta train your audience, right? The hypes are very well trained. They know what's up. That's how we know if it's new ones or old ones. They're very well trained. They know how to act. But I train them by telling them my expectations and what I need from them and how they need to behave over here on this platform, right? I train them. Sometimes you gotta be like, I need you to like this, right? And that seems simple, because I'm sure it's people who watch me all day long and love me and they don't like, not because they don't like the content, they just, it don't come to the forefront to do it, right? So I think that's the same thing as me saying as simple as hire Black women, right? It may seem obvious, but it may not be obvious to all. And having those conversations with other Black men. We are not the enemy, right? We are not, like, we stronger together than we are apart. And when it comes down to it, when you need somebody to hold you down and ride for you, no matter what, through thick and thin, a Black woman gonna be the one to hold you down, baby.
Ride or die. That's
Ride or die. So ride or die for us.
Got it. I'm glad you said that.
You want to introduce the next topic?
Ooh, this is tough. So
This is a big one.
all right. So if all things go as planned, Larry Ellison, the founder, owner of Oracle, and his son, David Ellison, who owns Skydance Paramount now, will also acquire Warner Brothers and potentially TikTok. And so I don't know if people know how crazy that sounds and how
That has to create a monopoly.
But I think that since Trump has been in office, they wiped all that stuff out. It doesn't matter. Like, that's not even an issue anymore. So let me read you again what Paramount is. I'm gonna read you what everything is, and then who's gonna own it. So Paramount, Skydance already owns CBS, MTV, BET, Nickelodeon, Paramount Pictures, Pluto TV, and more. With Warner Brothers, they would also add HBO, CNN, DC Studios, the Discovery Channel, HGTV, TNT, Cartoon Network, and more. Plus, TikTok is the most powerful short-form video app in the country with a full data and algorithm control. And then Oracle already manages TikTok's data already. So that's why they were trying to acquire the company, because they already manage their data. So that's a huge issue, because now, and it's not quiet, but everybody knows that Larry is a Trump supporter. He's a Trump fan. So now you have a Trump supporter acquiring or maybe potentially having ownership of all these assets that decide how you see your media. So once again, when I say why it's important that we have to start owning media, like why Fanbase needs to be, why we need to close this round, raise money, and continue to scale the company, because if they got CNN and TikTok and CBS,
They got BET.
They got BET.
That's a
You know
wrap.
what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's crazy.
That's, part of how we got here and begin with is, did you know Warner Brothers Discovery is $38 billion in debt, which is crazy. How do you even get that far?
You know what? But here's the problem. Well, here's the truth. Again, I think Hollywood has underestimated technology once again. Like the entertainment, every time the entertainment industry underestimates technology, you get your ass whooped. So when the music industry underestimated Steve Jobs and his little iPod, y'all got your ass whipped. When the music industry underestimated Napster and their MP3s, y'all got your ass whipped. When the entertainment industry underestimated YouTube and their little video sharing platform, now you getting your ass whipped, right? And when media sites and media organizations underestimated platforms like Instagram and Twitter and TikTok, you're getting your ass whooped. And that's the point. And so that is why all this is shifting towards infrastructure ownership of social media. All these things, again, listen, call me, remember I said this, all media is going to go through large social networks that are based in community. That is how we're consuming our content now. So don't think that your television is not going to come, your TV shows are not going to come through a fan base. That your news is not going to come through a fan base. That your podcast is not going to come through a fan base. That your music is not going to come through a fan base. And all these things, because this is where community is. We're all connected 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And then we can do different things with the media than just watch it. We can clip it. We can share it. We can talk about it. We can have chat rooms about it and audio rooms about it. We can post it and watch parties. We can have so many different forms of communication with the type of content we're using. So that's why this is serious, because that's why media, Warner Brothers, getting their ass whooped.
Dude, you know what's crazy about that? First, short form, did you know short form audio, short form video is the most watched content format in the world.
Yes.
And what makes that crazy also is CBS, Paramount, they cited the change to digital platforms as the reason why they canceled Stephen Colbert's show.
I don't believe that, though.
I don't believe it either. Like, that definitely was political,
Right.
but still the fact that they could use that as a valid reason shows what the power of what you're speaking of.
Here's the opportunity that I say to all those creators and all those actors. And we saw Tay Diggs talking about how content creators are getting roles in acting. If you're not prepared, like AB said, like she's the writer, the director, the producer, the star, the editor. Like that's what you're dealing with. So I understand. I think the problem that Hollywood is having is these young kids, they ain't worried about craft services and a trailer and car service. And I understand that. When you're from old Hollywood, you love the craft services, you love all that. But these kids, like I'm that person. We all know that Andy in here creates his content. Andy be editing all this stuff, but I do my own edits. When y'all see these posts of me on social media and the captions and all that kind of stuff, a lot of that stuff is me. You know what I'm saying? I'm writing this stuff and creating that. So that's what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a new era. So what that means though is to the journalists, so to the Don Lemons and the Joy Reids, you have the ability to be bigger than CNN, than MSNBC. So when they let you go, they actually just gave you freedom to be global, not held down by what the network says you can and cannot say. That's the freedom that comes with media ownership, why it's important. Because I watched Don Lemon the other day. Don Lemon be cussing on his shit now.
He having so much fun.
He having fun.
I love that for
He
Don.
is unchained now.
So much
The
fun.
lemon is loose.
Okay.
You know
And
what
I
I'm
love
saying?
it.
Yeah.
Squeeze it, Don.
The lemon is on the loose. He's going crazy. But that's the freedom that they have, and it's an adjustment. But the one person I want to give the flowers to right now is Roland Martin.
Ooh, okay.
And all you guys, all you journalists that made fun of Roland for leaving major network media and going to YouTube and creating his own thing with the Black Star Network, and Roland Martin Unfiltered made fun of him. Now look. Now look at y'all. Now y'all like, I'm trying to be like Roland.
Yep.
Roland owns his content. He owns his network. He owns his studio. He knows how to produce all his content. Roland Martin is the biggest supporter of Fanbase there is, right? Thank you, Roland Martin. This show airs on Roland Martin's YouTube channel. There's tons of other media platforms out there. You know what I'm saying? This show airs on Roland Martin's media channel. You know what happens when I post a piece of content? Guess what Roland does? He says, hey, send me that so I can do it as a collaboration.
Period.
He makes sure that this content is elevated.
Yeah.
We have to start doing that. Shout out to Claudia Jordan, who's been taking my content on collaboration. Shout out to DL Hughley, who's been taking my content on collaboration. Shout out to Jamal Bryant, who's been taking my content on collaboration, help elevating these stories. That's what working together looks like. We are free to elevate each other and build at scale, but again, infrastructure, ownership of the platform and the media, that's the part that we're all missing. Because matter of fact, I saw Morgan DeBond say this. Morgan DeBond said this yesterday. She was saying if I was a Democratic strategist, I would pay the Amanda Seals and the Roland Martins and all these people, I would pay these creators the same way that the right or the Republicans are doing and do so. And my response to Morgan is that true, but they're also going to need infrastructure. We're going to need platforms. Elon bought X, right? Like I said, Ellison and them are they're trying to buy TikTok. Trump has Truth Social. We need infrastructure. The voices matter, but they're also the infrastructure is what matters as well. But let me ask you a question. Well, let me ask you this. How do you feel about them owning all those properties. Potentially.
That's scary.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you already, as creators, and especially as a creator who is categorized in a more progressive space, right? We already go through the issue of like our content not getting pushed out during certain times and like, you know, getting shadow banned and things like that, or can't say certain stuff. So I think it makes it even scarier in a land where we're supposed to be free speech, right?
It ain't free lately.
Honey, it's expensive.
Yeah.
It's expensive. And the price you gotta pay.
You might get arrested for free speech.
Honey, might.
You might get deported.
Might.
That was crazy. They said they deported. Yo, when they said that anybody that talks greasy about certain things,
Bro.
that talks greasy about certain things, they're getting deported. That's crazy.
Insane. And people losing their... Yeah, we're not going to put any more...
No, we're not gonna put any more spice on that. But
I want to hit you with a question, both of y'all, a question in return. You were speaking about the ownership and the visibility, right? I'm interested in, right, with this potential acquisition of TikTok, there's a reported algorithm update coming. How is, with knowing that this acquisition could potentially happen, what do you think that'll do to the content that's pushed and to viewers?
So I've seen a couple articles about the quote unquote, it's called the M2 algorithm update. Apparently it was supposed to take place like Sunday night, Monday morning. But basically they're saying that the new algorithm for those on TikTok is going to scan all the content, and if it does not align, it has political content will be removed from the platform, but also this algorithm will go back and all the way through all of your content, and then they will give you strikes on your account. If you get more than 3 strikes, they'll delete your account. So it's kind of like the way to purge everybody that's talking about these things that are extremely important. Now this is something that I did not know, but I can't remember who's that. There's somebody that's over the algorithm at TikTok. I can't remember.
I was gonna say that, but if you purge that type of content, you're also gonna purge those users.
Well, I mean, but again, I don't think people are gonna be real happy with this new version of TikTok anyway.
I mean, a lot of people haven't been happy with TikTok since the initial shutdown.
So let me ask you this question though, because I'm a tech founder. I built a social media platform. Why do you think we stay on platforms that don't acknowledge us? Just as a content creator, but even also as Black people, when we really help elevate these platforms, why do you think we stay on these platforms where they don't honor us?
I mean, are we looking at it from that lens, right? I think that like there's understanding. It's just like, why do we stay in this country and we know a lot of these people hate us?
No,
right?
but I say the same thing. We built this country and we built these platforms.
And we do, yeah. So
and
that's
we built
the
these
thing, right?
platforms.
We've invested in it,
Yeah.
right? Like we have stake in it. At the end of the day, be it maybe not financial stake, right? But we have stake in it. And then I think also too, like for me, again, it's an outlet to the people that I connect with. It's my connection source.
It's your community.
It is my community, right? Like, and I have built a community, and I care about the community that I've built there, and I've also built friendships and long-term relationships, and I've also built, opportunities that I don't know that I would have had but for the social media platforms that I use. So I think sometimes, you just gotta take the broccoli with the ice cream. You know what I mean? Like, it may not feel the best when we know that we're not getting treated equally and fairly, but that doesn't mean that we don't stop pushing for that. You know what I mean?
Right.
But then also, I find it hard for me to leave my community, because even when TikTok got shut down the first time, like that was a sad moment, right?
Yeah.
Like I got my start on TikTok for real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I have a very sentimental place for it, but also like just realizing the number of people who tell me regularly when I see them in public and things like that, like, I get my news from you. I wouldn't know anything about politics. I wasn't involved. I didn't care about politics before you. I love you. They could tell me my content bar for bar, right? Like, so it's more about those people for me personally than like the overall structure of, the tech company.
At what point do creators make that change when the platform becomes an adversary as opposed to an ally? Because at first, when these platforms first came out, they were just tools for you to get your message across. But now, if they're weaponized against you, if you're getting strikes for talking about that, at what point does that become an issue? Because for me, in building fan base, the job is to always to understand that we can make anything hot. I always say if creators are hot as they think they are, if we say we the shit, then prove it.
Yeah.
Pull your ass up. I always say,
Like,
if we hot, we can make anything hot. We could go to fan base and make that hot in a weekend. You know what I'm saying? Understand? You know?
challenge accepted.
Okay, listen. Listen.
And I'm finna invest today.
Boom.
Before I leave.
Stop playing with
Before
it.
I leave.
But again, I think I really do believe that if if the black community says we're as hot as we say that we are, then we can make anything hot. But at what point does Facebook become the evil empire? You know what I mean? Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so on the one hand, right, like I think there's a lot to unpack there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially as for myself, like my full-time job is content creation.
Mm-hmm.
So for example, like if an organization is asking me, I need a TikTok video or I need an Instagram video,
Mm-hmm.
right? I'm gonna pay you this much money.
Yeah.
This is the topic, right? Like that's how I feed my baby.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna be over there.
Well.
But think about X though,
Yeah.
right? So when X got dirty and ugly, and people was making money over there too, people dipped because they was like,
Yeah.
this ain't the place for me,
Yeah. It's unrecognizable now.
right? But those same brands that probably were paying people on Twitter, right? Paying creators to post on Twitter, they not gonna make no money over there no more. They gonna have to shift to whatever the new infrastructure is. So I think it's like so that's why I say like it's a lot to unpack. But I think it's like understanding my value as a creator and being like I'm not gonna be over there, but then also recognizing now like I'm trying to feed my baby. That's how I pay my student loans off.
I want to give an alternate answer and hear your thoughts on it. I think it's also for Black creators. It's about finding validation in the things that we do not create. We value. You say it all the time. We value things that were not necessarily created for us or by us.
Well, that's what I call the velvet rope strategy. So it's like, I mean, this is real story. This is what I understand about us. It's true story. White nightclub. On a white night, there is no cover charge, right? The dance floor is open, right? The drinks are cheaper. On a black night, there is no dance floor. There's sections. It's a line. You got to pay $100 to park, and the drinks are 3 times as much, and we still pay for it. Same furniture, same couch, same pleather ass couch that people stand on. But this time you put a velvet rope in front of it, and you pay $4,000 for a section. Are you like I've never paid for a section? I have never paid for a section and never will, because I'm not going to pay money for the same furniture that somebody else get to sit on for free. I'm sorry for those of you that pay for sections. Are you hiding your head? You don't pay for a section. Come on, AB. You don't pay for a section.
I done been in the section at 3.
Oh, that's fine.
4 or 5.
You can be in the section. Being in the section is one. No, hold on. Being in the section is one thing, but paying for the section is a whole nother animal. That's a whole nother beast. You done bought a section or 2. You don't pay for the 3. You don't pay for the $400 Hennessy that's $50 at the corner store.
Is you pocket watching?
No, I'm not playing. No, I'm just saying that Black culture, like we have all this money,
That's true.
and we want to show people that we have money, and we're willing to spend money with people that don't value us just to show other people that we have money. You know what I'm saying? Which is why I said we have to start redirecting our energy into infrastructures that we own. So I want to find a Black EV maker, right? That we can buy those cars. I want there to be a Black-owned airline. If people don't trust Black pilots, see, that would be me. Like, that's why I say I couldn't be a multi-billionaire. Somebody would have said that to me, and I would have started a Black airline. I would have got Spirit Airlines the next day. Like, okay, it's Soul Plane now. That's
Okay.
we own Soul Plane.
Period.
You know what I'm saying? We on Atlanta Air.
Period.
There was actually an airline called Atlanta Air. Did you know that?
I did not know that.
The only Google it. The only Black-owned airline that ever existed was called Atlanta Air, right here out of Atlanta, Georgia. Bet y'all didn't know that. Again, Atlanta I'm saying anything that you can do in New York and LA, Black people can do the same thing.
It's called Air Atlanta.
Air Atlanta, okay, it's Air Atlanta, right. It was in the 80s. and something happened where they didn't get the funding that they needed, but they were trying to do it. But yeah, Atlanta, there was a black-owned airline. We gangster for that. If you read about it, no, tell us about Atlanta Air, because I know this is gonna be a segment when you figure it out.
Okay, so this is the opening to the article that was done by the Atlanta History Center. Air Atlanta was an anomaly in the airline industry. It was a low-cost carrier that ferried passengers in its distinctive gray, blue, and burgundy Boeing 727s to major destinations such as Miami, Tampa, Orlando, and Washington, D.C. on time and in style. Air Atlanta's jets sported roomy seats, plenty of legroom, fresh food on fine china, prize-winning wines, and gourmet meals. It was also a national black-owned airline at a time when there were less than 32,000 black-owned businesses in the country.
Bruh, I'm telling y'all, it's a
3,200,000.
I mean 3,200.
Yeah, you're right. I was right the first
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
wait a minute.
But yo, that's crazy. The power, like shout out to Atlanta Air.
Okay.
Was it Air Atlanta or Atlanta Air?
Air
Atlanta.
Air Atlanta. The logo was dope too, like an A, and it was like burgundy and stuff. It was fly, it was powerful.
Oh no, this is fly, Andy. You gotta include this in the edit, just the pictures of this.
The pictures of Air Atlanta. All right. Well, before we go, I wanna definitely mention thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having me. I'm fresh off the airplane too, y'all.
Yeah.
I ain't had no sleep.
I know. I told her I was
From
like, take a
LA.
nap. From LA, I was like, take a nap before you come. But thank you for pulling up because I'm a fan. I wanted you here. I'm glad you came by. For those of y'all, tell everybody where they can find you, especially on Fanbase.
Yes. So all of my social media handles are I am legally hyped. So I'm on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Fanbase.
There you go.
How do I have
I'm
over
here.
there?
I'm here. When you said that, that's how you feed your family. The one thing that I wanted, the quiet part out loud, is that subscriptions are the future. Even the brand deals, that is not a way for you to guarantee your income.
That's true.
Right? Month over month recurring revenue is the path that every creator on social media should be taking. What I do see with a lot of people that create content is they're getting on Substack.
Yeah.
They're writing on Substack. Or for people that create video content, social media, that needs to be the thing. And so I'm telling you, like, that's why I say it seems scary to charge people, but you can also be free. Like I say, Fanbase is free to download, free to use. But you can also create conversations that people want to support because you have a fan base. You have a fan base that wants to see you win, that wants to see your baby eat well, that wants to see you continue to grow as a creator. And that's the importance of understanding like the power of subscriptions and tipping and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad to have you. And thanks for coming this week. For everybody else, again, you can go to startengine.com/fanbase to invest. We have to own infrastructure of social media. We see this every day.
So with that being said, we're getting ready to go over the game night. But yeah, Fanbase Plus. This is with we're banning social media, we're banning TV, and this is Fanbase Plus on the web. Upload 2 hours worth of content. Enjoy content for free. Download Fanbase. Invest in Fanbase. With the boycotting the TV, this is something that we can get into another place where you can watch TV and something different. So with that being said, I bid you a good night. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.